Over 2,500 years ago, the Persian Empire rose to dominate the ancient world. From the deserts of Persia to the shores of Greece, it became the largest empire humanity had ever seen. A colossus of power and influence, its legacy would shape the course of history for millennia to come. It began with Cyrus the Great in the 6th century BC. A brilliant conqueror, Cyrus defeated the Medes, the Lydians, and even Babylon. But he was also remembered for tolerance, allowing conquered peoples to keep their customs and religions. His vision of empire was not one of subjugation, but of unity through diversity. With each victory, Cyrus laid the foundation for a realm that would stretch across vast swathes of the known world. Under Darius the Great, Persia stretched across 3 continents. Roads and couriers connected its vast lands. Its capital, Persepolis, shone with wealth and culture. At its peak, the empire ruled over 40% of the world's population. The Royal Road, a marvel of ancient engineering, spanned from Susa to Sardis, allowing messages to travel the empire in mere days. Darius's reign saw the birth of a sophisticated bureaucracy, a standardized currency, and monumental building projects that would stand as testaments to Persian greatness for centuries. But even as Persia reached the zenith of its power, a challenge loomed on the western horizon. Persia's greatest challenge came from the west, the Greek city-states. Darius and later Xerxes launched massive invasions, including the legendary battles of Marathon, Thermopylae, and Salamis. Though Persia's armies were vast, Greece's resistance became equally legendary. The clash of these civilizations would give birth to tales of heroism and sacrifice that still resonate today. At Marathon, the Athenians stood alone against the Persian tide, their victory sending shockwaves through the empire. Thermopylae saw King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans make their defiant last stand, buying precious time for Greece to prepare. And at Salamis, the Greek fleet, led by the cunning Themistocles, shattered Xerxes' naval supremacy, turning the tide of the war. For 2 centuries, Persia remained mighty. But internal struggles and rising enemies weakened it. The once invincible empire began to show cracks in its armor. Rebellions flared in Egypt and Babylon, while court intrigues sapped the strength of the royal house. The Persian kings, once revered as living gods, found their authority challenged from within and without. In 330 BC, Alexander the Great invaded, defeating the Persians and burning Persepolis. The Achaemenid Empire was gone. The young Macedonian king, driven by ambition and a thirst for glory, swept through the Persian heartland like a whirlwind. At Issus and Gaugamela, he shattered the armies of Darius III, the last Achaemenid king. The fall of Persepolis, the jewel of the empire, marked the final tragic chapter of Persia's dominance. Yet Persia's legacy endures, in art, architecture, governance, and culture. The empire may have fallen, but its influence shaped civilizations for centuries to come. The concept of a multicultural empire, united under a single ruler, would inspire future conquerors from Rome to Britain. Persian art and architecture, with its intricate designs and monumental scale, would influence styles from the Mediterranean to India. The administrative systems developed by the Persians, including their efficient postal service and system of satrapies, would serve as models for future empires. Their religious tolerance, enshrined in Cyrus's famous cylinder, would set a standard for governance that was far ahead of its time. Even in defeat, Persia's culture would blend with that of its conquerors, giving birth to new artistic and philosophical traditions that would enrich the world. Today, the ruins of Persepolis stand as a silent testament to the glory that was Persia. Its towering columns and intricate reliefs speak of a civilization that once bestrode the world like a colossus. As we walk among these ancient stones, we are reminded of the enduring power of human ambition and the complex legacy of empire. The story of Persia is one of rise and fall, of triumph and tragedy. It is a tale of visionary rulers and mighty armies, of cultural exchange and technological innovation. But above all, it is a reminder that even the mightiest empires are subject to the inexorable march of time. If you enjoyed this journey into the Persian Empire, subscribe for more documentaries that bring history to life. Which empire should we explore next? Leave your suggestions in the comments.